finishing one more seam on this little double wedding ring. So I just finished sewing another curve, and I wanted to show you how you put your melons together, because the other day I showed you how to join your melons. Now you need to know how to put them onto the center section. So I'm just pulling out my pins here, and then I'm going to show you how to put the last one on here, because it's all pretty much the same. There you can see I have 3 of them together. I started by putting my 2 pieces on the ends, and then I added the 3rd and the 4th at the tops. So when you're joining to make these seams line up here, let me show it down here a little bit, Beatrice. I'm going to again find my centers, right? I pressed this ahead of time, and I'm going to put pictures on the blog post so you can see. So I have my little lines already there. Made my little center mark. I'm going to pin, just like we did when we were making the melons, a 1/4 inch down in the middle. Then we're going to go to our seam, right? We have this little seam here. We want to be able to get the pin straight through there at a 1/4 inch down. And we're going to come up here, right where this joins, that's where we want our pin to go through. Do you see that? That's how you get your points to line up. So if you're pinning that at a 1/4 inch down and you sew directly over that seam, when you open it up, your points will line up. Now we're going to do the other side. A 1/4 inch down, right in my seam. Okay. I go over here, I'm looking for that point. I'm going to put that piece in there. Line up your edges. Make sure that pin's going nice and straight through there. Okay. And then you just finish pinning it. It's not that these are difficult to do, you just have to be very patient with them. As long as you get it pinned right, We have our center and we have our ends. We're just sort of getting our edges to line up here in the middle. You can put 1 or 2 pins in there, and it's a great way to get that to lay flat. That's what you need to do. The curve is a very gentle curve, again, just like when we were making the melons. So it's not as hard as you think it is. It's just patience. Okay? So there I have everything pretty much pinned. Now I'm going to sew my 1/4 inch seam. Beatrice, if you can look right in here, see that pin? That's my 1/4 inch seam. My sewing needs to go right over that pin so that we get our points to line up. Okay. Now I'm going to back up a little bit. Thank you. I'm going to finish sewing all the way around. Go slowly over your pins so you don't bust your needles. Okay. Take out the pins and we'll see if anything moved a little bit. Let's take a look-see. That one's perfect. This one we have a little goof because I didn't have it pinned properly, and I did that because I want to be able to show you how you fix that. Okay, so I'm going to take my little seam ripper, just take that little portion out of there. Okay, let's go back and let's look again at how we pin that, because this is the important part, and this is where most of you are going to come across having a little problem. Okay, so let's go back and look at that seam. Find that 1/4 inch down. We want it right through that point, and we want it right a 1/4 inch seam on our seam on this side. Now let's go back. You only take that little tiny bit out. Make sure your pin's going straight through the fabric. Okay, I'm going to flip it this way because then my seams will stay flat on the other side. And you can fix it without having to rip that whole thing out. Okay, now I can check. My seam is going right where that pin is. I might have a little catch in there. Isn't that funny? I'll get it all wrong again. No, it's okay. There. You see now the point is lined up. Okay? And look up here. Now we're going to give it a good press. And there it is. We got them all together. So if you're making just a one ring, it's a good way to start by putting the two side pieces on and then put the top and the bottom pieces on. If you're making a quilt that has more pieces to it, you're going to want to make a pattern so that it kind of goes in and out when you're joining them, because then you have a very easy curve when you're putting all the rows together. I'll do a little drawing and put that on the post as well so you can see what I mean by that. But for today, try your one ring. It's an easy one, and that challenge is up. And there's some great prizes, don't forget. Bye.